What's going on, everyone, and welcome to another Lightroom tutorial. In today's tutorial, I'm going to be editing this street portrait that I took of my friend Avi under a bridge. And a couple things that I like about this image. One thing you'd probably notice is that these lights look just very funky. The way I got this effect was simply letting the rain drop onto my camera lens. I have a UV filter on it, so it's not really damaging the lens or anything, so you just get a little wet, and that's a cool little trick that you can do with water in camera. So to start off with the edit, I'm going to apply my Moody Winter preset once I can find it. Right over here. Okay, so I apply this preset to all of my photos, and I did that for the entire winter, and now that it's spring, I kind of need to, make it a little bit more happy and less, dramatic and dreary. But anyway, first thing that we're gonna do is adjust the white balance so that we can get more accurate skin tones. So he's looking a little pale, so we're gonna slide it the slightest bit to the right. I feel like that's a little too much. Maybe. Actually, we're gonna get a little bit creative with this. We're gonna go very blue, and then I can bring up the skin tones by adjusting the oranges later. So we're gonna try for more of like a blue and kind of like night owl themed edit. So first thing that we'll do is just play around with the exposure, make sure that it's properly exposed. So look right there, we're looking a lot better, and as you can see in the top here, the histogram is very much more spread out than before. If I were to, never mind, scratch that. That didn't do what I thought it would. Anyway, so we're gonna bring the highlights way down, because as you can see in this street, there's so much lightness, and now we revealed a lot more detail. And we're also gonna bring the shadows. We're gonna play around with them, see what we like. I kind of like raising them a little bit more. It really emphasizes the water on the screen, which is a effect that I really want to emphasize and show off. So we're gonna play with the whites, make them a little bit more whiter, and the blacks will darken. So now we've got a nice contrast going on. So we'll add a little bit of clarity to make those pixels a little bit more sharper, and we'll also dehaze just the slightest bit. It kind of gets rid of some of the haziness in the water, which is something I like, but it doesn't, take it away. Next thing that I'm going to do is adjust the tone curve and just play around with that and make sure that we have a nice contrast in our image, but not too dark and not too bright. So I think around there's looking really good. Maybe just lift it the slightest bit more. Yeah, we'll go with right there. Next thing that we'll do is fix the skin tones and all the colors. So we're gonna bring back some orange, make him not look pale and dead, and bring a little bit of red back as well. Now I'm gonna see what bringing a lot of blue in does. So that's obviously far too much, but it gives us a spectrum of all the different blues. So I do want more blue in this image. I usually don't have blue, but his shoes are blue, pants are blue. This was actually shot after a concert that we shot. This is an Oliver Tree Media Pass. And his hat also has some blue. So we're going to keep it blue and bring out some aquas. So there's a before and after so far. I'm really liking the edit so far. We'll lower the sharpening just a tiny bit because it's looking a little bit too pixelated. So maybe 40 will be a lot better. Yeah, I'm liking that. We already have noise reduction and color, so we'll just enable profile corrections, remove chromatic aberrations, and then go to the post-crop vignette and draw the viewer's eyes in more towards the center. But since the light is so prominent in the corners, I don't want to add too much of a vignette and get rid of it, but there we go. So there's the final edit. I hope you learned something. Definitely try out that water trick. I think it adds a really cool atmosphere to your photos, especially if it's like a street photo at night and you're just taking a picture of like a sign or a light. I think that having the water on the lens really adds a lot more atmosphere to it. So I would definitely recommend trying that out. And thank you so much for watching. Take care.